guys, it's Tiffany. What is freaking up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I have not made a video in a very long time because I have been living my life as an engaged woman. You guys know I got engaged about a month ago and I thought it would be really fun to do a Q&A. I wanted to film this video a little bit differently, not just sit here and be boring, but I wanted to actually get ready with you guys as if I knew I was going to get engaged. If you guys watched my engagement video, you guys know that I gave myself zero time to get ready. I literally got ready in 30 minutes. My hair was wet. I literally had no makeup on, and then Matt decided to propose to me. This is the finished look. This is how I would have preferred to get engaged looking like. But yeah, let's go ahead and get ready together and answer a bunch of questions. Okay, I'm not kidding you guys when I tell you I have never gotten so many questions for a Q&A ever. So I'm gonna try to get through all of them, or as many as I can. So the first question I got was, have you already figured out a date? We have a rough estimate of a date. We don't know exactly when, but both Matt and I are thinking June 2024. It really depends on what venue we have, but both Matt and I want a pretty long engagement. I've never been the type of person that thought I wanted a short engagement. Like, I don't know how people plan a wedding in 3 months. I'm taking a full-on year and a half, if not almost 2 years. So right now I'm gonna be curling my hair because this is all I wanted to do for my engagement, except little Miss Tiff that I wasn't getting engaged. So I figured I would just show up to my engagement with wet hair. So I'm using the Beach Waver B1 curling iron. This guy is so freaking cool. It rotates, so you don't have to like twist your arm or get your arms all tired because this does all the work. So what you do is you clamp your hair in and then you just twist it, and it is made out of ceramic. They are sponsoring today's video, by the way. The first time I ever used this was actually back in 2016 when I was on a tart trip to Hawaii, and I actually met the owner. Her name is Sarah. She is just such an amazing person. She was like the sweetest person and human I've ever met. So I'm just putting it in and rotating it. I'm not going all the way because I actually like to curl my hair a little differently than most people. So I curl it and then I open it a little bit and let the inners in, and I unclamp. The next question I got is, how long did Matt spend planning and coordinating the entire engagement? I actually have no idea. From what I know, it was at least 2 months of planning. It might have been a little bit longer than that. So I will have to ask Matt. I guess I didn't realize that I should have had Matt in this engagement Q&A. So I only just do it halfway like this. Leave it for a few seconds and undo it. Cute. So cute. This is like the easiest way to curl your hair. If you're wondering what temperature I use the middle temperature. It is adjustable from low, medium to high. If you guys have trouble curling your hair, I swear to you, this is like game changing. They've also won a bunch of awards. I think they've won like over 50 awards because look how crazy this is. This is the coolest thing I've ever used. The next question is, can we get details of your ring? So I know this is like a big question everyone wants to know, is information about the ring. Here is my ring. She's so pretty. Also, she's super shiny right now because I just cleaned her a few days ago from like an at-home cleaning kit from Amazon. I'll link it down below if you guys want me to. Matt did give me the GIA report for my diamond because I was just curious about it, and it's something that like he was just being super open about it. So for my ring, she is an oval diamond. She's over 2 carats because I know that's what you guys are going to be asking for. I believe it is a VS1, and the clarity or the color is I. So she's in the near colorless category. Honestly, I was comparing it to other diamonds and I could not tell how colorless things were unless you actually compare them next to each other, and even then you can't really tell a difference. But the biggest thing about diamonds is if you're gonna get a diamond, you want it to have either no fluorescence or you want fluorescence that's blue. If it has blue fluorescence, it actually mitigates the yellow undertones. So this diamond actually has a blue fluorescence in it, which means that whenever it's in the sun, it kind of shines bluish, which counteracts the yellow color in the diamond. It's already so white, and on top of that it has a blue fluorescence that it literally just looks so white to me that I don't understand how it can get even whiter. Okay, the next question I got is, were you expecting to get proposed to? So I didn't actually know if I was gonna get proposed to that day, especially because honestly Matt, before he proposed to me, was planning a lot of dates for us, which is not really usual for him. He doesn't plan like dates every single week for us. Maybe it's like once every 3 weeks, but he was like planning dates after dates after dates, and I was like, something is definitely up. So Lauren was like, you should definitely buy some white dresses or white outfits for the next few dates you guys go on. That is too easy. That is way too easy. Coolest thing with this thing is you can actually curl left or right, so inwards or outwards. Okay, I just finished curling this half of my hair. It looks crazy until you literally brush it out. So cute. I'm so obsessed with this. I'm gonna do the other side, but if you guys want to check out this curling iron, I'm gonna link it down below for you guys. You guys can get it at beachwaver.com, and I also have a 20% off discount for you guys as well. So use the code TIFF20 for 20% off their entire site. But honestly, I just want you guys to support them because one, they're kind of a small business, and two, Sarah, who is the owner, has honestly been someone I've been following for years and years and years, and she's just really good at hair. Okay, so I'm gonna do a couple more pieces really fast just to show you guys how I do it on the other side as well, because it's really cool that you can do not only your left side but your right side as well. Cute. So cute. Okay, let me finish the rest of my hair and then I'll show you guys like the finished look because it's really hard for me to talk and do my hair at the same time for some reason. All right guys, my hair is all done. So freaking pretty. I'm sorry, what? This is what my hair should have looked like when I was trying to get engaged. But no, I was stupid and had to go and do my engagement while my hair was still wet and fluffy and frizzy. Imagine if I actually used the beach waver. So pretty. So we are gonna do my makeup next and we are gonna go ahead and start answering more questions. I look so cute like this. What the heck? I need to just answer a bunch of questions because I literally have so many questions. Next question I got asked is, are you guys thinking of having a more intimate wedding? I personally want a small, really small intimate wedding. I want like 50 people max at our wedding just because I can't imagine having the biggest party I'll ever throw in my entire life contain people I don't know. So I want to know every single person that is there. I don't want to invite kids. I don't want to invite plus ones unless Matt and I have both met them and have gone on a double date with them, just because I want a really small wedding. Also, weddings are so expensive and it's not that like we don't have the budget for it. I just don't care to spend money on like one night. I would rather like save my money and invest it in like another house or something like that. As long as Matt and I have met the people there, they'll get an invite. So if you want an invite, make sure to meet both Matt and I. Time is ticking, y'all. I'm using the Fenty tinted moisturizer for my foundation just because my skin has been looking so good, by the way, and I just don't like to wear heavy makeup anymore. But I do know Matt wants to invite more people than I do. I think he wants to invite his extended family, which of course I've also met, but I don't plan on inviting my extended family, so we are still talking about that, but I personally don't want a big wedding. Next question is, how did you guys meet? I've talked about this in our boyfriend tag, which I'll link down below for you guys if you guys want to check it out. But we met 4 years ago on an online dating app called Hinge. The rest is history. The next question is, where did you get your proposal dress? It was a $17 Amazon dress that I've worn like a million times before. I've worn it in New York. I've worn it to like date nights. So it was not a special dress because I was not actually expecting it to happen that day. I had bought a bunch of clothes from Revolve and unfortunately none of them panned out because they were all too big and it didn't fit me. So I was stuck with a $17 Amazon dress, which I'm not gonna lie, I actually own like 3 other colors. I own it in green, black, and pink. I'll link it down below because it is the cutest dress ever and it's so inexpensive. Okay, I'm contouring my nose and my face right now with the Charlotte Tilbury contour bronzer. She's running out a little bit, so that is why it's not very dark. Did Matt feel the pressure to ask you out, as in propose? He probably did because I have been wanting to get proposed to since last year and we have been talking about it. I'm sure he felt the pressure, but knowing Matt, I know that even if he felt the pressure, he wasn't gonna do it until he actually felt ready to do it, because I know Matt. He does not get pressured into doing anything unless he wants to do something. So even though he felt the pressure, he didn't do it because he was pressured into doing it. How does it feel now that you're engaged? Honestly, not too different, but I almost feel like I matured a little bit. Like now I'm an engaged woman. Like now I can't be immature about things, you know? I have to like act a little bit more mature. And I definitely feel like I've matured a little bit, especially when it comes to the content I want to put out. Like I had a brand ask me to put out this certain piece of content that I would have typically done like last year or 2 years ago. But as I was thinking about it, and as I become like a real estate investor and I talk to business people and I'm like putting out my own project and things like this, I didn't want to be that type of person anymore. I definitely want to like grow up my audience. I definitely feel more grown up. So I definitely feel like I am embarrassed by like the old content I used to put out. And that feeling started to happen after I got engaged. So I don't know if it's correlated or whatnot, but I definitely feel like I've grown up in the last couple of months. I don't know exactly what happened, but it probably was the engagement. Did you think you'll see your sisters? No, I had no fucking clue, which is why I cried so hard. I cried harder seeing my sisters come up to me at dinner than I cried when Matt literally proposed, because one, I knew Matt was going to propose at some time in my life, but I never thought in a million years my sisters who live in Sacramento, which is 6 hours up north, would have ever showed up to like our engagement. Matt was super sweet to literally fly them out and have them stay with us and like plan all this out so that they can be a part of this amazing day for me. So that was really nice. Is the ring what you wanted? Yes. Matt did an incredible job picking out this ring. I could not have asked for anything better. If there was something I would change, is maybe just the size. The size is a little too small for my hands, like a quarter too small. So this is a size 3.5. I think I could have definitely gotten away with 3 3/4 because is impossible to take out every single morning and night, because in the mornings and at nighttime for some reason I'm a little bit more bloated or heavier, and then during the day it's fine. Also, not that this will ever happen, knock on wood, but if like a robber ever tried to rob me, of course I would rather give him my ring than like die. But I think I would actually piss off the robber, because I'd be like, I can't take this thing off, like you'd have to cut off a finger, which I don't want to happen. So I definitely am gonna get it resized at some point, just whenever things are more calm, whenever that happens. Will I have a wedding budget? Matt and I have not talked about it. I think it is insane to spend like $50,000 on a wedding, but knowing me, I would have a budget of like $30,000 and then end up spending like almost $50,000. So Matt and I have not talked about wedding budgets, wedding planning, anything like that, just because we really want to soak in the engagement and just like, I don't know, kind of like relax and feel the engagement before we start doing all the stressful stuff, which is planning the wedding. So as of right now, we have not talked about it, but I do think it's crazy when people spend ridiculous amounts of money on a wedding that only lasts for like a day, and there's so much stress that happens that you can't really actually have fun. And then on top of that, you like black out your entire wedding because it's like such a momentous time in your life. Like literally when Matt proposed to me, I blacked out. Didn't remember a word that he said other than like, will you marry me? And then luckily Jesse had filmed the entire engagement so that I could look back and remember exactly what he said. But like both Matt and I pretty much blacked out. So pretty much I just used all of my liquid makeup products, and then I like to add a primer on top of everything. This is actually a trick Lauren taught me, because Lauren and I went to like a White Fox event that was like almost like 100 degrees. It was so hot that day, but her makeup looked so good and I looked like a sweaty mess. And I was like, what do you do? How does your makeup stay on so long? And she tells me that she uses a setting spray in the middle of her makeup and then after all her makeup is done. So this is what I like to do now. Who picked the rings? Pretty much it was like Matt. Matt picked out the ring, he picked out the diamond, he picked out everything. Other than knowing that I wanted an oval diamond, he pretty much went to Chicago, picked everything out about it. So he picked out the wedding band size, he picked out the actual specific diamond, he picked out the setting, I believe, or maybe they just like gave him a setting. I don't know if he like knew that he could pick out a setting and everything, but so we picked out everything, the setting and everything. So the setting sets pretty high. I don't know if you guys realize that. That is like maybe the one annoying thing about this ring, is that it literally snags on everything. So if you guys are looking into getting engaged soon, or you have a partner you want to propose to, or if you're gonna actually go wedding ring shopping, think about what your lifestyle is. I wear a lot of sweaters. I take off my clothes all the time, in the sense of I like to sleep naked. Like I always feel like I'm like trying on clothes. This guy gets snagged. He's literally snagged like 4 of my gym clothes that are super expensive, and I'm so mad. I'm so mad at it because it sits so high. So if I was to like maybe give Matt a little bit of advice for our next engagement ring or whatever, I would probably ask for like a lower setting so that it sits low, because it sits really freaking high. Did I leave hints that I was ready to be engaged? Girl, I didn't leave hints. I fucking told him. I was like, I am ready. Like, when are you asking me? Just kidding. I was definitely ready, and we had talked about it. I think it's very odd when couples don't talk about their futures and don't talk about getting engaged and things like that, because something is wrong if you guys are not talking about that stuff. Did you go ring shopping? And how did you pick the shape? I am so happy Matt suggested that we went ring shopping together, because he asked me, I believe in like July or August, to go ring shopping together. Actually, July. He asked me in July to go ring shopping together. I kid you not, I was like the happiest girl alive. I was like, oh my God, we're about to get engaged. Like, he's literally asking me to go ring shopping with him. And so we did go ring shopping. We went to 2 places in Beverly Hills. I originally, I kid you not, told all of my friends I want a radiant cut ring. A radiant cut ring is like an emerald cut ring, but instead of it having steps, it's radiant. So that means it disperses light more brilliantly. So it looks like an emerald, it's like a rectangle, but it shines differently than an emerald cut ring. I thought I wanted that. Hands down, was like, I want that ring. I want it, I want it, I want it. I've never tried an emerald cut ring or a radiant cut ring on ever in my entire life. Every time I've ever seen someone wearing it, I thought it was the most beautiful thing ever. First thing I try on is, of course, a brilliant cut engagement ring. I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. I have very long, very slender fingers. The emerald cut rings all just elongated my fingers even more, to the point where it just looked too skinny and too long. If that's ever possible. Is it possible to have too skinny and too long of hands? Because if there is, that's what I looked like with an emerald cut ring. So then I tried on a square cut. I absolutely loved it, except I remembered that both my mom and my sister have princess cut rings, which is a square. And I was like, oh, like, I don't think I want the same cut style as my mom and my sister, because they also have it. Then I realized after a week, I was like, maybe I should try on other cuts. So I tried on a marquise. I tried that on. It had the same effect as a rectangular shaped diamond ring. It made my fingers look too skinny. So then I tried on an oval, and I was like, the perfect amount of roundness, where it added some roundness to my fingers so it didn't look as skinny, but it still elongated my fingers. So I don't know if you can tell, my fingers don't look too long with an oval on. So it was perfect. The next question I got asked is, how much does your ring cost? That's a really invasive question, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to answer this question because, one, it's really uncomfortable to ask, even if I knew the price. And 2, I don't know the price of my diamond ring, and I actually don't want to know. I do know Matt's budget, and I don't know if he's comfortable with me sharing that, but the budget is $30,000, which is an insane amount. Like, that's so much money. I don't think I'd ever want to carry a car on my ring finger, and I don't want to know if I am. So it could be a $4,000 ring, which I highly doubt, because I know this is a real diamond, and I do have the GIA report of this diamond as well. And if you are gonna go ring shopping, and if you're a guy, make sure to have the GIA report, because I'm not kidding you. The other Beverly Hills spot we went to, the girl did not want to give us the GIA certificate. She was refusing us, was so mean about it. I'm so done. I've done this like a million times. The last 4 times I've done my makeup, I've just forgotten to add concealer. I don't know why. Why am I forgetting this very, very important step? But yeah, with that being said, I don't know what the ring costs, and I actually don't want to know how much it costs. What was your dream engagement ring? This, literally this. I couldn't have asked for anything better. So my dream engagement ring was honestly a radiant cut diamond ring, but I'm so freaking happy he did not give me that, because I absolutely would have hated it. What is your dream wedding location? Good question. I think my dream wedding location would definitely be a destination wedding. But let's be real. Most people can't afford to go to your wedding if you do a dream vacation wedding. Not a lot of my family or Matt's family makes crazy amounts of money where they would want to go fly out to Europe or something. But if I was to have a dream wedding, I would absolutely love to have a wedding in Nice, France. I've never been there, but I know it's a wine country. It's beautiful, and it's in France, which is one of my favorite countries in the entire world. I absolutely love Paris. I definitely want to take Matt to Paris because I promised him I would, but both Matt and I have been so busy this year that both of us have not been able to go on any vacations this year. So I'm just super excited when we can finally do that. So yeah, dream vacation would probably be either Nice, France, or somewhere in Italy, because Matt's family is actually from Sicily. Currently, right now, a more realistic dream wedding place we actually want to get married in is either Santa Barbara, which is so beautiful, such a beautiful city, or it would be in Malibu, California. So we are gonna start looking probably early next year for a venue, and those are kind of the 2 spots we're thinking of right now. What moment are you most excited to experience on your wedding day? That's a great ass question. The thing I'm most excited for is when I walk down the aisle and I see Matt's face. I think that's what I'd be most excited for, because you're supposed to keep your wedding dress a secret, and I want to see if Matt cries or not. I will not get mad if he doesn't cry, but I genuinely just want to know if he would cry. But other than that, I'd just be excited for the actual reception. I think the wedding portion of weddings is so boring. The reception is where it's all at. So I'm most excited for like us to get drunk and just dance and me be stress-free because everything happened perfectly. You know what I mean? Someone asked, what kind of theme are you guys going to have for your wedding? I didn't know people had themes for the wedding. I'm not kidding when I say I have never thought of my wedding in my entire life. For some reason, I was never the type of girl that had like a Pinterest board for her wedding. I never dreamed of my wedding. I never envisioned myself in a certain dress. I never envisioned myself at a certain wedding. Like I've just never saw that moment ever happening. I just can't think of it. So to this day, I still have no idea, but I do know I want like a really classy, timeless wedding. I don't think I want a boho wedding, a cheesy wedding, or like a very trendy wedding. I think I just want something really classic and timeless and very sophisticated. So yeah, we'll see. I'll surprise you guys. Maybe I'm gonna do like a farm themed barn wedding. I have no idea. How did Matt choose your engagement ring? So Matt went to Chicago because he had a family friend out in Chicago that is a jeweler that owns his own jewelry store, and he was helping Matt with everything. And apparently he actually did not like any of the engagement rings or diamonds that this jeweler had, so he kept shopping around while he was in Chicago. What ended up happening was he went to the Diamond District in Chicago and found a jeweler that literally had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of diamonds. And Matt said he compared every single diamond against one another, and he said this one was the one that stood out. It looked bigger than it was for its size. The person who actually cut this specific diamond is really famous in the diamond world, and he no longer does it. So to find a diamond that he specifically cut is really rare because now he's retired. What did you feel in the moment? By the way, love your videos. Thank you so much. What did I feel in the moment? Super emotional. I kid you not when I say I am not a very emotional person. I don't cry that often. Even in the engagement video, if you guys watched it, I'll link it down below if you guys haven't seen that video yet. Matt literally says, I never see you cry, because I don't cry ever unless I'm like really frustrated at something. So I just felt really emotional and like super happy. Like I felt so happy because it was something I've been waiting for like the last 2 years of our relationship, and it finally happened. Wedding colors. If you put a gun to my head and you're like, pick wedding colors right now, it would probably be like copper tones, like neutrals and copper tones, but not set on that idea. What is your favorite part of being engaged? Knowing that I have a fiance and that Matt and I see a future together, because not only did he plan this, I also said yes, because getting engaged is like a mutually exclusive agreement where both parties have to agree to it. And so it's nice knowing that like I finally found my person. Who will be the bridesmaids? It's a secret I'll never tell. XOXO, Gossip Girl. No, literally, I have no clue who my bridesmaids are gonna be. I have no clue if I even want a bridal party, just because, like I said, again, I want a really small wedding. I would actually want to have a smaller bridal party so that more people could sit and watch and just enjoy. It'll be a lot less stressful for me, because I feel like having bridesmaids is actually very stressful. It's just stressful. Are you going to be doing a wedding series? Yes, only because I want to look back on the entire wedding in general when I'm older. And so I do want to document everything. Are you planning on any kids? Yes, Matt and I definitely want kids. Definitely not anytime soon. I thought I wanted to have kids before I was 30. I thought I wanted it to be like a hot MILF. But if I was to have kids before I was 30, that would mean I'd have to be like pregnant 5 months ago. Clearly not pregnant. I think I want to wait until like I'm 35. As I've gotten older and as someone that's grown up financially insecure, I want to make sure I have kids when I am financially secure. Granted, I am financially secure right now, but I want my kids to be financially secure throughout their entire lives up until college. After they graduate from college, they're getting demoted. They're getting cut off. Were you mad that he proposed while you had no makeup on? Yes. I wasn't mad because in the moment I was so happy and so excited, but looking back on the photos, I was a little annoyed that I had literally like no eyeliner, no lipstick, no mascara on. Like I just looked so bad. How much would you say an engagement ring should be? So there is like a typical rule that I don't think everyone should follow unless you're comfortable following it. But the typical rule is you spend 3 months worth of salary on the engagement ring. That is pre-tax. So post-tax, that's like 4 months of your actual salary, which is very expensive. Very, 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 very expensive. I don't think there's a right or wrong amount to spend on an engagement ring, but the typical thing is to spend 3 months. Let's be honest, people judge you even if they don't think they're judging you. And so it's whatever you feel comfortable spending on an engagement ring, knowing that people are going to judge you on it. So keep that in mind. Does it feel different to when you were just boyfriend and girlfriend? Yes, I think people definitely judge me a little bit differently. It's different telling someone I have a boyfriend versus fiance. I almost feel like people see me in a more grown-up light when I say I have a fiance, so it definitely feels different. I personally also feel like I've matured a lot as well. Do you plan on having one or multiple dresses? Girl, I'm gonna have multiple dresses. I go to Coachella with multiple outfits. You know I'm going to my wedding with multiple dresses. So we're gonna have a wedding day dress, a reception dress, a dress rehearsal dress, outfit changes. I'm not gonna pull a Paris Hilton with like 14 different dresses, but definitely multiple dresses. I am gonna shut up and do this off camera because I don't know how to do this while showing you guys, but I'm gonna do the inner corner eyeliner that is very trendy right now, and it's super hard for me to show it to you guys on camera, so I'm gonna do it behind the scenes and then I'll show you guys. Okay, I did the inner corner eyeliner trick that everyone's been doing. I'm gonna add more eyeliner to the side. I use a brown eyeliner. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex liquid eyeliner in brown, and this is where I line it upwards to create that like lifted eye look. When did you know Matt was the one? Honestly, the first few dates we had, I knew Matt was different for me. I don't talk about this often. Matt is very emotionally intelligent. The most emotionally intelligent person I have ever met, and it just felt different on our first date. Like, I was super vulnerable with him, more vulnerable with Matt on our first date than I was ever with my ex of 5 years. I just knew he was different, and I think that's when I realized he was like the one. Especially on our second date. Man, that chemistry was insane on our second date. First date was a little off because we were like nervous and we were still getting to know each other and stuff. What do your siblings think of gaining a new brother or sister? My sisters absolutely love Matthew. Like, literally love him so much. My mom really, really likes Matt as well. I personally absolutely love Matt's siblings. So it's so nice I get like a brother finally and a little sister finally. And then I have another older sister in my life now. So it's just like amazing that both of our families mesh so well together. Okay, I'm sorry. One last question. Did Matt ask Asian Girl Squad for your hand in marriage? That is like the funniest thing ever. I don't believe he did, but Jeremy, Cal, Jerry, if you guys are listening and watching this, you now have to ask us for all of your girlfriend's hands if you want to get married to them, or I will not let it happen. Just kidding. But that was so funny. I think it's okay if like your fiance did not ask your parents or your friends or your family or whoever it is for your hand. It's because like no one really owns you. You can make your own decisions without like your parents or your friends or your family's input. So, all right guys, my makeup and hair is done. I changed the angle because the lighting in here is going crazy. I don't know why. It's annoying me today. The lighting is really weird. But with that being said, this is the finished hair and makeup. I forgot to contour my nose on camera, so I did it just now. But yeah, I look so cute. Honestly, I really freaking wish this is what I looked like during my engagement photos and during my engagement. But I do also recognize that if I actually got this ready, that meant I would have known and my reaction wouldn't have been as genuine. And I'm so happy that Matt tripped me up all day long and like tried to cancel our plans and like made me watch The Office for hours and hours and hours and like just cuddled on the couch, because that day to me is so perfect, minus the fact that my hair was freaking wet and I literally had no makeup on. I am really happy with the photos and how they turned out. If you guys haven't seen my engagement video yet, make sure to watch it down below. Also, so many of you guys ask questions. I'm not kidding when I say these are the most questions I've ever gotten asked for a Q&A ever, and I'm so happy to know that you guys are so happy that I got engaged. But I do want to answer more questions. I can't answer all at once. So if you guys have any more questions for me, leave them down below. I'm gonna try to answer all of them like manually and type it out and everything for you guys. So leave me questions. I love just talking to you guys, and I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in such a long time. So make sure to The lighting, I swear. So make sure to ask them all down below. If you guys made it to the end of this video, just comment a lot of pink hearts and I'll know you guys made it to the end of this video. With that being said, thank you guys for sticking around and watching my life and career unfold over the last 10 years. But not only that, like watching my relationship with Matt form over the last 4 years. I cringe at the girl I was 4 years ago, but I know I've learned so much in these last 4 years. I'm much happier, more secure, financially secure, more confident in myself, and it's all because you learn and grow. Honestly, Matt is the best guy ever, and I'm so happy that I get to call him my fiance. But I want to have a video with him, so if you guys do have more questions, maybe I can convince him to make a video with me as well. Honestly, it's not going to take a lot of convincing. I just forgot to ask him. But yeah, this is the hair and makeup. Look how pretty. So pretty. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Yeah, so if you guys haven't yet, go check out Beach Waver at beachwaver.com. Check out the curling iron. It is actually insane how well it works. But yeah, I'll have a code for you guys for 20% off. Use the code TIFF20. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye, guys. Bye.
Hey, you the best part of every single day. Ooh, no matter what I do, I'll be lost in you.